It's the Bob Dodd Show, what a ride. Laughter and joy with Bob as your guide. Tune in now, don't miss the flow. Good times ahead on the Bob.
Keep it rolling, Bob.
Keep it rolling. Welcome, everybody. This is the Bob Dodd Show. Today, we have in studio the Wizard King, Lonzo Weimar.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're here.
hold your horses.
Hold your hats.
Haters, start your engines. Dude,
It's been a long time.
yeah. So this is Jason and I. This is our second attempt.
I think this is our fourth podcast.
Well, Bob Dodd Show attempt.
Bob Dodd Show,
Bob Dodd-
official Bob Dodd Show.
Yes. And what's happening is Bob Dodd is just learning how to, not screw things up.
Hey, we all are learning, Bob.
That's
and
all.
I just want you to know that every day is a learning adventure.
Right?
So here we are.
Yeah. And what I'm learning today is that I just got to be thankful for what I got in front of me at all times.
Yes.
So I know it's rough out there, people out there that are listening and people out there that, going through whatever they might be going through. You got to be thankful for what you have literally in front of you. Because if you're not thankful for the stuff that you have in front of you,
We got Hunter from Canada.
well, oh yeah, he's also going live on the Wizard King on, what is it, the Instagram?
On the Instagram, IG the Wizard King.
Yeah. So obviously this is pre-recorded, so you guys don't get a chance to check it out. One day we might stream a live podcast.
We'll stream live. We'll go live. We'll go live eventually.
Yeah, we'll go live. And you know what we should do? We should hook a mic up to that so people can hear it better.
They do need to be able to hear that. I wonder if they should be able to hear my voice though, right?
I mean, they're hearing it from your the mic on your phone.
We'll need to set that up for next time.
I have mics that we can do that.
Do you have a mic?
Yeah, you want me to get it?
Let's do that.
All right, hold on.
Let's do that. Hunter. Hell yeah. Good to see you, gents, alive and swell. Be grateful and living life, buddy. Have a great episode. Good guy. Hunter, all the way up in Canada. Good dude. Probably one of the sweetest people I ever met in my life. Oh, God. Oh, God. Technical difficulties in the studio. Moment. Hunter, you're going to need one of these Bob Dodd keychains right here. Nice. Brought to you by Pinbox Productions, audio and video podcasting. Check him out at pinboxpro.com. Making your podcast a reality. We need to shoot a little insert afterwards, a couple audio. We need to try to do that next time. We have more time.
Yeah.
Try to do a couple plugins.
Here, slide this on up. Slide that into your phone. Put this around your neck.
Oh, it won't. It's a USB-C.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
You have a USB-C?
This is what you need?
Yes. Sweet. Well, I'm going to have to take the phone case off. Oh, don't go off. All right, we're back in.
Things always go crazy at the Bob Dodd Show.
So things go crazy in life, Bob.
Yeah, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything I always have in front of me. And tonight, I'm thankful for not only Lonzo, the Wizard King, but I'm thankful for technology and his phone. Dude, your phone is busted.
Oh, don't tell me about that.
Holy
Believe me,
smokes.
I know. That thing has been dropped and dropped again and then again. And OtterBox no longer values their I will buy your phone back. Sadly, so I'll need to get another case. And
Bring this up to here. Make sure it's like right, and this part right here is pointed at your lips.
needs to be pointing at the old mouth, huh?
Get it at your mouth there.
Yeah, put
You
it
know.
by-
Oh yeah, my buddy Heath.
the bottom piece or the top piece?
Right there, just like that. Blew up. My buddy Heath wants to do a podcast with you and just talk about voiceovers.
I would love to do a voiceover podcast
Yeah.
only.
So
Is that close enough? Close enough? Can you guys hear?
you would have to. You would. I
hear myself
Are both
clear.
blue lights on that?
Yes, both blue lights are on.
Then there you go. You're mic'd up. Your phone's mic'd.
Mic'd up.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check 213. Microphone. So there's a guy. I call him the Lorax. He is. He cut his teeth on the floor trading for the New York Stock Exchange. His name is Hutch. And since I've been learning how to day trade futures, which is a journey, I was like, I'm going to master this like in like a few hours. Wrong, Jason. Has high expectations, but he said something, and I put it on a Post-it note because I'm like the master.
Yeah.
Like I like to write all those things and put them on my wall so I can read them. He said, "Be thankful, be grateful, and be appreciative of what you're doing because not everyone can do this." So I just lend those words of encouragement to you, my
thank
friend,
you.
because often we get caught up in the process, and this is something else they preach is process over profit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got to learn the process. I need to learn the process before I expect profit. And I think you and I started this endeavor to get the art project in the heart out, right?
Yeah.
Get that out, right? And then
Yeah.
with hopes for some financial gain eventually, but not where we are.
Oh, your blue light needs to be closer.
Needs to be closer.
Yeah, there you go. And straight up. I love your shirt, dude. Your shirt's
Thanks, dude.
sick.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I love that. What is that? Oh, is that
Sullen.
Sullen?
Yeah, Sullen.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I like this tiger. I got matching skull and rose and like shorts to wear the beach.
Yeah.
Haven't went to the beach yet, but I got that for like my beach gear. And I was like, I'm wearing that shirt.
Heck yeah, dude. That's a sick shirt. I like it.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, so you just talking about being happy with what we have in front of us and, going on this endeavor, when I first told you that I was going to start, something, it was like,
Last time we had a cookout.
yeah. And I was like, I didn't tell too many people about it. Matter of fact, there was only two people that I told. I told Michael Lowendick and you. And I was like, well, I got to tell somebody. I told Michael Lowendick just because he always gives me, just like you, like basic, right to your face, honest, just opinion, you know?
Okay.
And no holds bar. And he was like, "Oh, I think that's great. I think you'll be good at it." And I was like, "All right, cool." I got Lowendick's Lowendick on board, thinking that's a good thing. And then I was like, I gotta talk to my boy Jason, because
I think those are good moments because we hold ourselves accountable in this walk.
yeah,
And then it's good because what we do is we set this out there, this flagship.
Yeah.
And then it's a constant reminder of like, hey, I'm on this mission. I got to get back to it, right?
Yeah.
And I know the whole time is kind of like goofy sometimes. And like you have your life, you have your family, I have my life, I have my family. Then we have careers going on.
Yeah.
And then so we're trying to like juggle those things. And I think you and I wear several hats.
Yeah.
We wear them well.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing good. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're doing well, and I'm glad to be here in the studio.
Dude, yeah, it really like everybody can get kicked down in the mud and really feel that like negative energy. I mean, like, dude, the devil's constantly trying to like bring us to him, right?
Yes.
And dude, it took Jared, basically, he's like, you got to have a better attitude, basically. He basically told me to shut up and have a better attitude. So I was like, oh, man,
To
you're
listen
right.
to anyone's story, he's got a great story like most of us.
Yeah.
And if you hear his life story, if you shared that with you, you see where he's come from, and then you realize why he has that good attitude for the most part,
Yeah.
And then I appreciate J Rock. I talked to him the other day. He was telling me about his hip. When I called him, he told me, he said, the Wizard King. He's like, when am I getting on the podcast? I was like, I'll have you on soon. What's going on with your hip?
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, it's busted. He's going to need surgery. He'll need a hip replacement. Thankfully, with technology today, you're up in a week
Yeah.
and like you're moving.
Yeah. My aunt was walking around that day. You had to like walk right out of the gate.
Well, especially with a surgery like that, I don't know the full encompassing picture and then the dynamics and the healing. But when I had a neck surgery, they put those tubes on your legs to stop blood clots.
Yeah.
And they had to take them off, and I had to get up and walk like
Yeah.
within hours. They were like, hey, you got to get this blood pumping.
Yeah.
And then I'm laying there in the hospital, fully medicated, like breathing slowly. And then they make you breathe in that machine. And they were like, hey, look, you run the risk of having a pneumonia
Yeah.
because you're breathing so low. So you got to like fight through the breath. And I was like, I had no clue.
Yeah.
Worst pain ever.
That sucks.
The neck pain was bad. I'm glad I got the surgery because I was able to get full use of my left hand and my left arm. I had no feeling in it. I couldn't even open the door.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time, the girl's mom, that she was pregnant with Olivia, and I broke down crying one day because I couldn't even open the door. And I said, like, well, how am I going to take care of my family? And like that's where I was at, and then the headaches. It was just a long endeavor.
Yeah. I feel like every man and woman is going to come across something that they have that same question. And
I think so.
Like we know our answers, but like it's crazy to me to think like to give my answer to somebody else. I'm like, hey, it worked for me. Try it out for you. Cause everyone is different,
You're right.
and giving advice is sometimes the worst thing you could do to a buddy or a friend or what, even just, and I that's why I'm so happy that Jared was basically shut up. You need to change your attitude. And I was like, oh yeah. Cause we were doing a podcast, he was on the podcast and I was like, woe is me for the film industry. And he was like, you're not going to get hired with that attitude. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't have said it any more better. Cause that's the truth.
Sometimes we don't need to give and I'm guilty of this more than anyone. Well, we're quick to give our autobiography.
Oh yeah.
And most of the time, Bob, you know this as well as I do. Thankfully, a good friend, Ty, explained this thoroughly to me one day. It's the ministry of presence. You just need to be there with someone going through something, just listening to them, and the presence and the love of a friend, that goes a long way. And I think that right there will set the true people in your life that are friends apart from someone who is like an associate, for instance. Nothing wrong with work associates. Nothing wrong with them at all. Not everyone's meant to be your friend. I remember my great-grandfather saying, if you die one day, when we all are going to die, and he said, if you can count all of your friends on one hand, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
And I think that's a wise statement. Would you agree?
Yeah. I think that's 100% true. I think of all the people I used to hang out with when I was younger. And I used to think, well, for starters, my elementary years, like from 7 to, I guess, like 12, before I hit like high school at 14, like 7 to 13, there's a high percentage of my friends that are just no longer alive.
I have the same.
So it's like,
I have the same life.
And that's one thing why we connect so well. I mean, dude, we always are having something in common. I mean, like when we're not doing the film industry, we're working in construction, heavy equipment, moving stuff.
We're dads.
Yeah, we're dads. I mean, like both grips.
Both grips.
I used to be a grip, but, sometimes still am. But, it's like, it's easy talking with you and it's easy having this conversation. There's so many things that I could bounce off you and just be like, Jason's going to shoot it to me straight, like just like Jared, he shoots it to me straight. And a lot of friends, sometimes they don't want to like back to this transactional thing.
Yes.
A lot of times people, they'll hear what you have to say. And if it is woe is me, misery loves company. But if it is woe is me, to them, their problems are always like worse. And they really don't want to get into your problems because they have their own problems. So
Fair.
it's like,
That's fair.
like unless you have a tight knit group, that's why I like a men's small group that I think, I would love to be a part of something like that. I just don't have the time. My buddy Andrew.
Come close to the mic, Bob. Stay close to the mic.
I hear that. I hear that I need some water because I'm getting a lot of. But like my buddy Andrew has a small group. It's like really good on him. He gets together. Not necessarily all like-minded individuals, but they all believe in one thing, and so that really allows them to connect, and that's all they need. Sometimes I think, oh, that'd be cool, but I have this podcast now.
Yes.
And all my buddies and all my friends I'm getting to hang out with. And oddly enough, because of this podcast and because of like people coming and hanging out with me, I have realized that I've been happier.
Okay.
And I feel like,
It's brought you joy. is what you're
yeah,
saying.
it's making me realize that I do have friends. You know what I mean? Being in Georgia and with everybody working in the film industry, everyone like, if your friend is in the film industry, good luck hanging out with them.
Right.
Because you guys are working the same schedule. And if you both got families, even more luck
This is
hanging
true.
out. But
This is
yeah,
true.
I mean, you understand.
Well, you work 12 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, and the rest of the time you must give to your family.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get together. And I completely understand that. So I get it. I completely get it.
Dude, I had a pleasure of going to Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. Got to see some close friends, man, that I haven't seen in a while. And it was like made me miss Pittsburgh a lot,
Okay.
you know? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, it's only 11-hour drive. What's 11 hours? Like, we have off sometimes 3-4 weeks at a time. What's 11 hours just to go say what's up to a buddy? Yeah, it's like $140 in gas or whatever it is, but just go. You know, my family's still there. Just go. So I think that with my times off and the long weekends, I think I'm going to try to make more trips to go see some friends. You know, and maybe do it on the podcast because so far I had 5 podcasts in Pittsburgh. Wait, let me see. Mike, Tom, Josh, and my brother. 4 podcasts in Pittsburgh. So Bob Dodd Show went on the road to Pittsburgh.
Road show.
Yeah, and I don't know if I didn't even tell you, dude. The historic Heinz Hall.
I seen the video you uploaded to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but it was I guess it was the theater.
Yeah.
I just seen the picture and I was like, I got to watch this episode.
Yeah, that's with Tom.
Okay.
So my buddy Tom Fury, look out for this one, or you guys will probably already see this one by the time this comes out. But dude, the Heinz Hall, the historic Heinz Hall, that's where all the big music things go down. Like
Okay.
all the orchestra, all the top dog comedians, like that's where they play. And to be able to say that I did something in Heinz Hall, thank you to Tom Fury, because he's the sound engineer for Heinz Hall. He's house. And you know, his list of credentials goes really, really long. And he has many, many wild stories. And just to hear these stories, they're going to be like, oh, I forgot, dude. I used to hang out with you when I lived in Pittsburgh. It's like maybe like, man, I got to come back and hang out. So, you know, just having those feelings. I mean, you lived in a lot of different places. So
Few states. Detroit. Spent a lot of time in Florida with my great-grandparents and my great-great-grandma. Spent time in Kentucky and Tennessee with them. And then I lived in Texas for a while. For maybe like 2 years. We had a ranch, little dude ranch out there.
yeah,
It's pretty cool. Brangus cattle.
Brangus cattle.
Yeah.
Man, what was that like?
They sell for prime price, fair market value for as Angus meat, but it's a Brahma Angus mix.
Okay.
So
That's pretty interesting because I love Angus hamburgers.
yeah, it was
You know?
60 acres, and then we had another little ranch about the same called the Ponderosa,
Okay.
and then my grandmother sold out her investment. Her and her boyfriend broke up. She moved to Arizona, which worked out good because she got a job and she had to take a physical, and that's where they found out she had lung cancer.
Oh, wow. That's
It was good because, like, I told her, I wish you would have never moved. I wish you would have stayed there on Marion Beavers Road. And she told me, she was like, son, I would have been dead. They would never would have found the cancer.
yeah.
So, and then she ended up, I think 3 years now, we buried her. This year's 3 years or 4.
Man.
That's tough for my mom.
Yeah. What was her name?
Mary Tackett.
Dude.
Tackett, they're the Frenchies. French side, they were Brashears and Tackettes. They were Huguenots, so they were French Calvinist sympathizers. And the book ends, in that genealogy book, it ends with my mother and her 2 brothers. It's very thorough. And it has the land grant from King Louis the 14th, I believe.
Oh, wow. That's got to be interesting.
It's a pretty cool book.
Man. Dude, that's that would be on my coffee table at all times.
I don't have that book. I'm trying to figure out where it's at. It'd be nice to have a copy to show, hey, this is your grandma, this is your great grandma in here. We can get added in next, It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I want to talk a little bit about Wizard King, man.
So which is kind of interesting because I want to segue back to a point you said a moment ago about something that we have in common and where we get together as men. And I don't want to pigeon-toe the podcast where I won't have women. I just haven't had a woman guest yet. I have a couple lined up, which is cool. However, I think that something you said, it really encapsulates the art project, which is, I think the podcast is something of a documentary, and it's each chapter is someone's life. And as we are, we look different, we may dress different, we come from different areas, but we all come together. We have this vergence of life. And for instance, you and I are fathers, we're men. We have these career and life similarities. We have these themes that kind of bridge together. And that's kind of what the whole project is.
Yeah.
So to say that is amazing because I think we still have these similarities inside the platform,
Yeah.
And I kind of keep it with the life. It's kind of, I broke it up into Hollywood status. It's kind of a 3-act thing, career, life, career, thematic. And then I would say, I would do it no justice if I didn't say we chase a few rabbits around. And there are still some things kind of on my rough draft, if you will, that some other questions and some stuff I'm going to continue to incorporate as the interviews go on. So I look forward to that. So I'm excited. I'm excited. And I realize it's just going to take a little bit of time. There's a lady that wants me to start putting some of the podcasts on a platform that they have. And, she messages me all the time and she's like, when is it going to happen? And I was like, it's going to be soon. It's going to be soon. Yeah.
So I would highly recommend just putting it out yourself on YouTube and Spotify.
That's the next step. I got to get this up. I got to get that episode, uploaded, put on there, and then just take one step at a time.
Yeah.
The goal was to grab a few episodes and create this library and then try to release an episode a month.
Yeah.
But as the process is going on, I'm getting like an episode a month, which is fine because I don't want to have to rush it. And then eventually the goal is to have 2 to 3 episodes a month uploaded.
Yeah.
Live, still trying to do the live thing, still trying to have some cuts and edits. I started the TikTok page just for that. And then I kind of do a little voice work on there as well, just kind of still trying to stay creative there, just trying to still do some of the art. And I'm excited. So
I'm excited too. I had the privilege of recording the Wizard King podcast, and I have to tell you, even though I've recorded it, I watched the entire thing. So
Joe's a good dude. I mean, he's a good brother.
But it was a good podcast.
Thank you.
So outside of you being a friend, I still would have watched it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm excited to actually see when you actually land this podcast and send it away so people can actually view it. Because I think what you have a gift, and it's definitely.
Well, thank you.
It's definitely, people are gonna really enjoy the Wizard King podcast. That's for sure.
The young people say I have the Riz, and I don't even know what that means. I had to look it up, Urban Dictionary. I think it's a new generation thing. I guess everyone under 30, this is like a word with them, the Riz. The episode was cool. I enjoyed the whole thing. Before I knew it, it was over. And I love that because I know that we're lost in this space of sharing, right? And then when the time goes like that, it's amazing because all of a sudden we just started and now we're done.
Yeah.
And that dude is amazing. I had the opportunity to meet his mom. I've been to his house several times, and to watch my friend take his life and go to where he wants to go. He's just a trendsetter. You know?
Yeah. Joe, I mean, taking his life, meaning like building his life up
not
and
taking
going
his life to the end. I
Yeah.
mean, like taking his life into a direction in which he foresee and he manifested there. And to hear a story where so many people doubted him, said he couldn't do it,
What's
he was
up
never
with
going to
that?
be there. You know, I'll tell you what, there's haters all around, but you need to let that be. Well, if you could take kryptonite to Superman and flip it, right?
Yeah.
And you got to feed off of that. It's
Yeah.
almost like if we're gladiators in the Coliseum, and when they're screaming and chanting and they're booing at the same time, you got to just say, you just got to run with that energy, because the people in the stands are always going to have something to say, right?
Yeah.
The people on the sidelines always have something to say, whether it be good or bad. It cannot dictate the flow of your energy or your persistence.
Yeah. I think that's well said, dude. I mean, like, I try to keep things like very simple, and that is starting to bite me in the butt, because Angela, you know, we talk about what is our actual scope of this podcast and what is our scope of Pinbox. And I'm hitting a hurdle. So the first podcast that Jason and I did for the Bob Dodd show, I lost the video footage and I have the audio. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'll animate it. And I've been trying to animate it, and everything that I do is garbage, complete garbage. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So it's either time for me, because like right now I'm wearing too many hats.
You need to let me play around with it and see what your prompts are, and then let me have a chance at that.
Well, it's all AI.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's your prompts. It's you got to go in there and edit your prompts. So AI is only as good as the programmer.
Yes, and you have to pay for good AI.
You
So
do have to pay for good AI.
maybe that might be my failure. But I basically, yes, you know what? Like, if you want to try, I can give you the audio, and you could, you know, try your best at getting it made. But all of my AI that I've done, they're really short snippets, and I'm just not able. Like, I think I have to pay for the AI.
Good AI will need to be paid for. So
Yeah.
a good AI program, one will have to share some funds for the software, or for the. Yes, you're not borrowing. You're borrowing the software, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So here's a suggestion. Just come to me. Why not use those snippets, right?
Well,
and then use those brief snippets, right? And then this is kind of like with my podcast, how it's been going. I have these really rudimentary ones done. A couple of them were here. The one with my amazing friend Chris Moore, Devil Dog. It's just him and I. The couple ones with Anton, they're just like really rough. And what I like is it encapsulates the process.
Yeah.
So there's like, hey, this is the first one. Hey, here's the second one. Here's the third one. Here's the fourth. Here's the fifth one. And then you see the evolution of the project. And I think that's amazing. So I wouldn't want to shortcut that. For instance, let me use an analogy. Your favorite thing, running, right?
Oh yeah.
So before you run, you're going to do some walking, right? And then, you know, and I make this joke lightly. You're going to walk, right? And then there may be a couple of jogs in there, right? And I don't mean the same day, right?
Yeah.
There may be a few jogs there. It was like when I started walking and I tried to run. I couldn't run that long, but eventually I got to where I was able to, and I'd love to get back to this after my surgery, which I need to get a hernia surgery. I got I got a bad hernia going on, and I've had the doctors ask me to quit working out because it's a umbilical hernia, and I've just ruptured it, and it keeps trying to like come out.
Oh man.
So they're like, stop working out. You're just injuring it more, and you're going to end up in the ER room.
Yeah.
So eventually I got to where I could run for like 7 to 9 miles, and I would do that before I went to work.
Yeah.
But it didn't start that. It started like me tapping out in 20 minutes, and I just like, all right, that's it. I'm going to go work out now. But then
You
it got to
run?
the point I was running.
Oh.
I was running. And I'd do that. So when I was on Suicide Squad 2, I'd run 9 miles before I'd go to work.
That's ridiculous.
At least 7 miles. My cardio game was finesse.
I believe you. And that's
know.
the bad thing.
You know, my cardio game was on point. And I remember playing football and wrestling. And because of my hyperactivity disorder, I guess,
Yeah.
you're not gonna out cardio me. It was just not gonna happen. And I did that all for fun, right? That was just a way that I could take most of my energy down so I could stand there next to everyone else when I was doing something, and I wouldn't just kind of have all that extra
Yeah.
energy, right? It was just a way for me to stay balanced, if you will. And I think it works miracles.
Sure.
The less sugar I have, the better, because it really just kind of like starts to mess with my brain, starts firing off. I'm sugaring up right now with caffeine too.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way.
You got that vanilla Coke.
I mixed it with cherry vanilla. I do the double, just pour them in there together. They're my favorite.
Did you see this thing where people were taking so like just regular Coke and throwing peanuts in it?
So that's an old thing.
What's up with that?
So your peanuts are in there, they're softer. And so when you're on a road trip, you can go on and have your peanuts while you're driving. And I don't know, it's just an old thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hydration thing too, isn't it?
Possibly. I
With all the
learned
salt?
that from my grandmother's boyfriend, and he was like
I'm gonna
120 back in the day.
I'm going to try it one day.
It's like a road trip thing too. Like you
Is
put
it?
your peanuts in there, and then you're drinking it, and then you're like swishing around. Then the peanuts would come to the top, like to the mouth of the bottle, and you get you a couple little sweet candies to chew on.
Oh, dude.
Peanuts are a legume. It's a bean.
Yeah. Wow. Breaking out legume.
Yeah, it's not even it's not a nut. It's I want to say, wasn't that Carter when they had the whole situation with the row crops in the South kind of went downhill? And if I remember the history correctly, what they ended up doing was trying to, like, they started planting all the pine trees as well, but then the beans or the peanut became the substitute for protein.
Yeah.
And then they started genetically modifying them, and then
Oh,
they
dude.
changed.
Yeah.
Which I had a conversation with somebody earlier. It was like, do you think that the spike in autism, which is a wide spectrum, is because of diet and food? I said, well, you got to look at this. It's a 50-year scheme. It's a 50-year science experiment. Now it's the children of the people who started eating that way. So everyone has been changed. If you watch the documentary on Monsanto, the farmer that Monsanto tried to bankrupt, he says this. He says, one day, if they can come to my farm and shut my farm down and say, I have their crops on my farm, and if they can modify your body, who's to say they can't say one day that they own you?
Oh, yeah. That's
Which is
wild.
crazy.
But it's a thought.
But it is a thought, because they went after this man, because what happens is with the wind, it carried the wheat
Onto his
onto
property.
his and it mutated and they went and did testing on it without him even knowing, and
And
said,
it was their strand,
you stole
right?
our patent. You stole our patent. This is like just, you and me farming on our land like a second generation, third generation farmer in Wisconsin.
Yeah. We're like Angela and I were actually talking about, where do we get actual real wheat? Because if you go buy wheat flour, it's processed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go buy seed to grow your own wheat, it's owned by Monsanto.
Just crazy.
Yeah. And the way that they engineered it, it's so it will be healthy in a lot of different climates and a lot of different situations. So the actual health of that wheat that's growing is not really good for you.
This is true.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Most of
learning
the
all this
bread,
out.
most of the bread that you eat today is not good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to go on and make your own sourdough bread.
Yeah.
So you have 3 ingredients, which is the only ingredients that bread needs. It doesn't need the 357 preservatives in it.
Yeah. But even if you buy the wheat, like from a farm, like if you go buy like a bushel of wheat and you want to grind your own wheat, the wheat that you buy is that genetically modified wheat.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, but this is what I'm learning.
Most of the food today is that way.
Yeah, but like if you think you're buying a flour or you're buying a plant to make your own bread, and you want to grind your own wheat, and you're getting something and it's like already bad from the get-go, not like besides all the other processing that happens. Like where do you go? Where do you go buy wheat? Like Italy? France? Like, where are you buying wheat?
We might have to buy seeds from there, have them shipped in,
Yeah.
and then grow it in the backyard,
And
and
the-
hope that none of Monsanto's like toxic genetic modified flies in and like mutates with you.
Yeah, this
mutates
is
with your
crazy.
plants.
This is crazy to me. Like everything that we have has been modified so much, and nobody really knows what's up.
The food's bad, most of it. I had someone tell me the other day, I'm going to die anyways, so I'm just going to enjoy it as I go. And I mean, for instance, like here I am sucking down this Coca-Cola. And, now the science says, and the doctors who seem to be far smarter than I am with all the abbreviations before their name, they say that now Alzheimer's and dementia are a type C diabetes,
Yeah.
so, which is the long-term effects of refined sugar. Because like the other day I got tacos from up the street, got a Mexican Coke, real cane sugar. I mean, that stuff is good. And I miss my grandmother, so I got a Pepsi because
Yeah.
that was her favorite drink. And I was like, I'm going to drink a Mexican Pepsi for you, grandmother.
But they have cane sugar
But
in
it's
that
cane
too.
sugar, like real sugar.
Yeah.
So if we look at it like that, you see that this is the 60 years, 70 years of refined sugar that everyone's been sucking down. And even though they may look healthy, they still have the effects of this refined sugar. And I think it's that doctor's name, Eric Weinstein. Is that it? He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast a couple
Yeah.
times. He's a professor.
And his brother Brett Weinstein.
His brother, Brett Weinstein. He's the one that came out with the research where he went against the science community and said, all of the lab mice that you're using are in a controlled environment. They're in a vacuum. He said, what you don't realize is all of the testing should be done not just on them. He said, but what about the mice in the field that live in the actual environment? So they started having this argument about the telomeres, the reproductive cells that regrow, and how long do they regrow? And he said, well, they grow this much, and this is how it is. He said, yes, but that's only with the lab mice. It's not with the mice in the field that are out and exposed into the environments that are eating the Monsanto, that are also exposed to the environment, such as heavy carbon or maybe the heavy plastics or DuPont when they dump all the chemicals in the water and then they're over there drinking it. So these are we're the 70 years in of this science experiment. And we won't get on like with all of the additional shots that everybody takes because we definitely don't want the episode pulled off of YouTube.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Some of these things on there, but you see like these people who got all of the shots and then that they still have these. For instance, this one guy telling me that he's got long COVID and he's triple vaxxed and all of the shots. And you're like, how are you? What is going on with you? You guys took all this stuff. I'm fully vaxxed. I have my vaccine card, right? As a child, I got all the shots that you needed, right? The polio, all of the shots, right? And I had, was that Guardians? I had seven partners that worked in the lift with me. And it's a 4x8 box, rectangle, excuse me. 7 of them got COVID. And we were tested twice a week.
Yeah.
Right? I never got it. And they popped.
Yeah.
So in the morning when they were missing, I was like, well, where's my lift partner at? Right? I'd look around, I'm like, hold on, I'm down a guy. I remember we eventually ended up like an 8-man crew. We went down to 3. And I eventually went to the best boy, and I was like, I just look at him, right? And he would just look at me and he'd shake his head. And I was like, I wasn't contract traced. No one asked me how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you're not going anywhere, right? And then I was like, all right. And then it's like it was like partner number 3 or 4. I looked at him and I was like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know what your genes are, but you cannot get sick. And I was like, what? And I'll be honest. When I quit smoking cigarettes, I significantly got sick less.
Yeah.
When I smoked cigarettes, I had asthmatic bronchitis like it was going out of style all the time. And I remember my my doctor told me, he said, on the best day, your lungs are as good as a track runner.
Oh, wow.
But on the worst day, you got asthma. He said, you need to quit smoking. And I kept smoking cigarettes for a long time. And I'm sure smoking blunts didn't help, because the cigar, right? Smoked for a long time. And the last time I really smoked was, I remember smoking and my grandmother was on the phone. And she had emphysema and COPD in the end. And I remember I'm coughing. And she said, son, are you smoking? And I couldn't say no.
Yeah, you got to keep it
I
honest.
was like, grandmother, yes. And she said, do you hear your grandmother suffering? She said, I wish that you would stop. And I stopped.
Wow.
I was like, ugh. And then when I seen her in Arizona on the oxygen machine, and she would start coughing, and she'd get choked up on the phlegm. Like it was like gagging her,
Ugh.
So I was thinking like, man, I got to stop. And when I seen her, I was like, I'm so glad that I stopped smoking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their bad habit. I mean, mine is junk food. I love candy and junk food.
We had candy a moment ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a really, really nice Reese cup.
It's a great Reese cup.
I think that, for everybody's vice, I mean, people who say you only live once, you really do. And I don't know. I can't tell somebody that they're doing something bad.
Well, it's like the
unless
old
they're my
man
kid.
that's 96 years old and he's still smoking cigars.
Yeah.
It's like that old, he's this old brother. He's 97 years old or 100, and he was a war veteran, and he was like, and he's smoking his cigar. He's still smoking.
Yeah.
And it affects everyone differently, because my daughter, Abigail, her great-grandma died of lung cancer, never smoked a day in her life, but her great-grandpa smoked in the house.
Yeah. So
it was the secondhand smoke.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. My mom and dad, they smoke a lot, to the point where I have to wash my clothes
You can't get that smell out.
when I leave.
When you
know?
get home, you can get it out, but you can't get it out there.
Yeah. And, I do have
It's
a
not
hard
coming out.
I do have a hard time being in their house because, the ventilation, it's just stagnant. So
Yes.
it stays. And to them, they can't smell it. They think their house is fresh. And, you don't say anything because, number one, my dad's, 86 years old. And it's like, you just want
to tell them.
You just want them to be happy because, like, hey, dude, you got out of bed and came down to see me. I love it, man. Thank you. Yeah, smoke up. Go ahead. Do what you got to do, And my mom, she's very thoughtful in that manner. So she might not smoke a little bit before, I see her, because she knows that I have a hard time in the house and stuff like that. So, like, man, yeah, secondhand smoke. I know I definitely. My mom used to smoke with the cigarettes with the car windows up.
She ain't the only one.
Yeah.
I have a friend's mom. She's adopted mom to me, Kathy Stearman, and she's on the oxygen machine. She'll pull her oxygen machine away, her mask, just to get a drag of the cigarette and then blow it out and then put the oxygen mask back. And when I talked to her, I was like, are you still smoking? She's like, I'm going to smoke till I'm dead,
Oh,
know? And
yeah, she loves it.
I get it,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you have any vices that no matter what, you're just not going to do, not going to stop?
Pride.
Is that a vice?
It is.
I mean, like, I was thinking more like Twix.
Oh, hold on. If we're going there, so it's Reese Pieces Buttercup.
No way. Okay.
Man, I will eat those. And a long time ago, it was the Little Debbie, the strawberry rolls. I would tell my daughter Abigail when she was young, I was like, do you want one? She was like, no, maybe later. I was like, get it out of the box because I'll eat this box before we get home.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably drink it. I'd just have a Mountain Dew. I'm crushing it because I drink Mountain Dews. I grew up on Mountain Dews and pizza pockets.
Yeah. Pizza pockets were the dopest.
Well, grandmother made bacon and all the good food too. However, I survived off of pizza pockets and Mountain Dew. I didn't drink any water. It was just Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
I didn't even drink coffee back then.
I didn't even like Mountain Dew until I was older.
There's so much caffeine in it. Just get jacked. Do you remember all the Mountain Dew Slink would drink?
Oh my gosh.
The only time I
5
ever
or
seen
6 cases in the back of his car.
He'd drink a case a day. The only time I seen him drink water is when we were in Macon because it was so hot. He'd get a water at lunch and drink it.
Yeah.
Because he knew he had to, you know. And then by the end of the day, you know, we were beat from the sun, you know.
I said to him one time, I said, the last time I seen anybody drink anything that hot, because he cracked open one right out of the trunk. I was like, the last time I seen anybody drink anything that hot besides a coffee was my buddy when they used to keep natural ice in the back of his trunk in high school. And he would like play hot potato with it until it cooled down enough that they could drink it.
A little roadie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Like, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. I quit sugar, back, was it 20 to 21 or something like that. I forget. It was after COVID started and I said, I'm just going to cut out sugar completely. And I did. I think I might try to do that again. I cut out sugar and bread and I lost 35 pounds. I was like 287 and I dropped down to 245. So that's more than 35 pounds, but
That's good, Bob.
well, that was back then. But then I ate a brownie. It was like I can eat this brownie. And then that brownie turned into
Turned into 6.5 more pounds of sweets.
oh my gosh. Well, I'm back up to 280 I'm like 284 now. So it's like,
I'm gonna have to weigh myself after this conversation
yeah.
because I was up to like 228 and I'm down to 210 now.
You look fabulous.
Well, thank you.
You
I
look
mean,
great.
well, I haven't been to the gym, so I'm not lifting heavy. I'm not eating my time restrictive eating because I would only eat from like noon to 7, or if I could push myself later in the day, I wouldn't eat. But then I kind of was like, all right, cool. You're not eating in front of your daughters, so they will have a weird breakfast diet, and then I need to lead by example, so I'll make sure I eat the breakfast with them, like eat all the fruit, eat the bacon, eat the eggs. And usually it's bacon and eggs or just bacon. And then my mom was like, you need to give them girls some more food. Like, they don't just eat that. And I'm like, we're on a protein diet, Mom. That's it. Lean protein. And then my daughter's like, we'll eat 3 pounds of bacon.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is probably not the best for your heart, but man, it tastes good.
Yeah.
All right, so bacon is one of the things I'm not quitting.
Okay. Bacon. Okay.
But
Yeah, that would never be on the table.
You know, the railroad that was never be on the table. The railroad was built on bacon, eggs, and grandma's coffee.
Oh.
You know, I heard a comedian say it best. He said, grandma's coffee was so strong, it straightened your scoliosis. You know,
Oh, my
like the
gosh.
old people, what, they had like bacon, eggs, a piece of toast, probably the best bread ever before Monsanto, of course.
Sure.
And then like 2 cups of grandma's coffee. And you know, there's something to drinking your coffee black. Like the coach says, it's not good. Don't ruin the experience. Sip it slow and bear the pain.
Oh
You know?
gosh. Black coffee is just, sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I cannot.
Well, it's better than putting all that sugar in there.
Oh, I haven't used sugar in my coffee since I did the sugar diet.
Are you using creamer?
I use half and half.
That's
So,
good. That's good.
Yeah. It's, you
Or
know,
a little milk, if you so choose. Heavy whipping cream I like in there.
yeah, I just like half and half. And I'll do, that. But I tried drinking sweet caramel macchiato. I tried drinking
God,
one.
that's so good.
Oh, I used to love it, but it tastes like chemicals to me now when I try to
too
drink
sweet.
it.
It's too sweet.
I had it and I was like, I feel bad because like I basically said the person messed it up. I was like, man, this tastes bad. It tastes like chemicals. And they made me another one.
You were at Starbucks. You told them it didn't taste good.
Yeah.
Never go back.
Well, they made
They'll
me
say that guy's back.
they made me another one, and I'm like, it tastes the same. Like, I can't believe
There's
it.
so much stuff in there, like their coffee, and they burn their beans. It's not the best place.
Yeah.
I think Dunkin' Donuts has better coffee.
Me and you share that opinion.
If you go there and you
Yeah.
tell them, like maybe just cream, because they'll put So much sugar in there.
Well, their milk that they use, because I always get a 4 shots of espresso and milk.
Ooh, a quad shot.
Yeah, I do it in the mornings when I'm like really needing to be amped up. I'll do a quad shot with milk, and their milk, whatever they're using, is so sweet as it is. You know, like I wonder, what they're putting in it. And I asked the lady, I said, "What are you putting?" This is at the Dunkin' Donuts. What are you putting in it? And it was just Publix red milk. That's it. And I'm like, and it tastes that sweet. Wow, interesting. Because
That's interesting.
Yeah. If you ever do it, like if you drink your coffee black, now this is if you drink your coffee black and you go to Dunkin' Donuts and just get a quad shot with ice and milk, it tastes a little sweet. I know milk has a little sweetness to it, but yeah. And it's like the perfect amount of sweetness for me. It's still bitter to a lot of other people, but to me, it's real sweet.
I remember going to Starbucks with a friend who was the IT guy at the radio station I DJ'd at.
Mm-hmm.
And he got me doing this. He'd be like, "Let's go to Starbucks. We got a card." Mm-hmm. So we'd go up there, and before I'd go on, and we'd get like a quad shot. And he started me on the quad shot adventure. And we might do like 2 of those and put the turbinado sugar in there, whip it up in there, and then you drink that. And by the time we were leaving, I'm sweating and just like, geeked up on the coffee. And then I'd go on there and start talking and playing music. Yeah, you're just so like wired. And then I realized why I would want to stay. And then my show would get over at like around midnight, and I would go to either I'd go on again after their syndicated broadcast came on, or I would go inside the recording studio and watch videos and I'd realize, I was like, it's 3:00 in the morning. I need to go home. I'd been watching videos for hours, just still wired on the coffee. We also would double batch brew coffee.
What's that?
So you brew a batch of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
After it comes through,
you
throw another coffee grain on there, pour the coffee into there, brew that coffee through those coffee grounds.
What?
That stuff will peel your teeth back.
Dude, what was the coffee?
You won't sleep. You'll go, it's 5 a.m., you're still awake.
I tried, someone, I gave it away because I just couldn't drink it. It was called Death by Coffee. It came in a black bag, and it just had crossbones on it.
Yes.
And I was just like, because I told somebody that I liked Cuban coffee.
Okay.
And then they were like, here's a little batch, it's called Death by Coffee. And it was a Cuban coffee because I like doing little shots. You know? Dude, it was so strong that my teeth were hurting. Like how, like just it was just so whatever was in there was not real. Like something was either it was either a drug or whatever.
No, it was like straight caffeine from Colombia.
Yeah, it's like, and I was wired. I was like, "What's up?" I'm hearing everything.
The Colombians do a few things really good. Like I guess they've always manufactured cocaine.
Yeah,
they make coffee, and the women are beautiful.
Oh, sure, yeah. I love their food.
They make great food. They make great. The culture of the Colombians is pretty amazing.
Oh, 100%. One of my favorite things is watching the documentaries on how they keep all their old cars up and going.
Yes.
And all the different things that they would have to do. Like they would pull apart from like an old lawnmower or a modern car, and they would take the part that they need, and they'll take the computer out of it, or they'll take the unnecessary parts and either recast and remake their own parts
to put fabricating the parts they need.
Yeah, but they'll like recast stuff too. Like they'll form it and make it, and then it will work. And it's just like the ingenuity there to keep things running.
You got to have a little ingenuity in some of those countries.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like the great US of A.
Oh man.
If you can't get it here today, we go to Jeff Bezos and have him deliver it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you remember how there was not a same-day delivery until COVID? And then it went to like next day. He had like a 2-day minimum. And then he ramped it up to you basically could get that package tomorrow. And then with his implementation of the logistics and the placements of his compounds, you can get anything. We could order right now. It'll be here tomorrow. Because they'll ship it out of the LaGrange office.
Yeah. I did notice that. Matter of fact, I ordered a bunch of things next day. And some come, some don't. And I've noticed that it is very interesting to think about, when did the same day stuff start?
It was during COVID.
Yeah. Like,
Because they shut the world down, and then they still need to get stuff to people. Because that's how
there's a documentary there.
We need to film a documentary.
Dude, we just learned that it was pre-manufactured. Jeff Bezos gave everybody COVID. So
They're gonna shut this episode down.
so they could sell us Excedrin next day.
They're gonna shut this one down.
No, you have to have 1,000 subscribers for them to look at it. No, not really.
Not
The
anymore.
robots,
Not anymore with their new algorithm, because
Yeah.
they boosted it so people who don't have a lot of followers could gain audience.
interesting. I do know that
And it's in the algorithm, so it's a lot of SEO, a lot of search engine optimization. So it's inside the phrasing, just like your web page.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of manipulate some of the wording and have it structured in a certain way in order for I don't know if it's like the last one was butterfly, I think, and they always come up with this updated, and then it's their form of the algorithm that searches over your document and looks for key phrases,
Okay.
and then that's how they rate you. Like,
Okay.
for instance, if you wanted to be like the Bob Dodd show, let's say there was 7,500 Bob Dodd shows. The way you structure your wording inside that first paragraph, it will help boost your audience.
yeah.
So you have to really kind of play with that. I learned that from Dave Reed, the IT extraordinary guy as well.
Yeah, I have to play with that, because like when you are uploading to YouTube, there's a whole menu that you get to choose from, or not choose from, but choose
Your
what you want to
keywords.
do.
Your keywords.
Yeah, keywords, how you want people to see it. And I just I guess I've been doing the wrong thing, because I opt out of everything and just put the podcast up.
Oh, you got to go back in there and restructure. Do you monetize?
It is monetized, yes.
Good.
But there is no monetization because you need 1,000 subscribers.
Before you can get monetization?
Yeah.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, you have to have 1,000 subscribers.
So the goal is to create 1,001 robot accounts to subscribe, so we can start getting Bob Dodd some things. Everyone, right now, we need you to tune in.
Well, yeah, just
And
like and
subscribe,
subscribe.
like and subscribe the Bob Dodd Show, and leave a comment, because that
And
matters.
share.
And share.
Yeah. Angela and I, we've decided we're going to give a pretty big gift away for when we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. So we
It's
know
going to be a motorcycle.
no, not that big. No.
I was trying, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying.
Pinbox Productions is supporting it, so it's going to be related to Pinbox. So it's going to be, Pinbox Productions basically produces this show, and Pinbox is supporting us by giving us a gift to the Bob Dodd Show to give away after we reach 1,000 subscribers.
Nice. That's a tax write-off.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure. But what we're giving, I'll tell you off the air what we're going to give away. I'm sorry you're not
Ladies
eligible.
and gentlemen, you will not know the gift until the subscriber number has been reached.
But you're going to be happy with it. I know a lot of people. I asked 100 people if it would be a good gift, and 100 people said yes.
Nice.
That's a lie, but
It was really 99, but I will give my vote tonight,
Nice.
and that will make 100 people.
yeah. But for the folks who get it, I mean, you could turn around and sell it if you want to and make a lot of money. So,
Or you could turn it back into the Bob Dodd Show, and you can become a guest.
oh yeah, yeah. Trust me, we have a couple different scenarios to look at it, and hopefully that we're going to learn how to do shorts. We're going to learn how to get shirts and stuff made for people to buy if they want to support the show. For instance, in future giveaways. So if you want to buy a shirt, it'll earn you 5 points for whatever we're trying to give away later.
Nice.
We're trying to get into that game, and but we need more than 1,000 subscribers to do that. We need 1,001 subscriber. But we just need 1,000 subscribers for the gift. That's all.
It ended.
I wonder how the audio worked, because it works real well with my cameras. But yeah, So for the folks out there listening and tuning in and listening to the Bob Dodd Show, we have big plans in the future. And thanks to Pinbox Productions for putting all this together and making all this happen. And if you're interested in doing your own podcast, look up Pinbox Productions, and they'll hook it up. They'll find a good package for you, and they'll find a way to make your podcast become a reality.
Nice.
What you got going on?
Well, I was just gonna run the live bag.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna
Maybe it happened when the phone fell.
No, it was. They only allow so long. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
IG. Maybe I need more followers because it's through the Wizard King page.
Oh.
Maybe I need more followers to run longer.
Well, the next time you get someone on there listening and watching, ask them if the audio's okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna borrow your cup so I can see.
Go for it, dude. Go for it. We need to get you a stand.
I should have brought my stand. I brought my Insta 360 like I was gonna use it for some reason.
Do you know there's a way that you can hook your Insta 360 to your phone, and you can live stream from your Insta 360 to your phone and use that as the camera, the webcam?
Through the app?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's how people stream. They'll stream from their phone.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's so much with that thing I haven't even played around with yet. I started to do it on Sunday, but I was so worn out from doing the fireworks show because I got some videos.
Dude, tell us about the fireworks show, man. This is awesome. He
Epic.
showed me a video.
Epic.
And it was like, it would be like you think it would be, just big explosions at the bottom and then bigger explosions at the top. It was wild.
It was epic. I will say that. What a great opportunity.
Oh, his phone. Hold on. He's trying to figure out how to get this working.
Here we go.
Sorry for the technical difficulty on
difficulties.
the IG.
So it was epic. I have never been part of an organization that did anything to that caliber, which is pretty amazing. And I will say that the opportunity to do that with, what is the name of this company? I can't even remember the name of the company right now, but it was awesome. I'll say that. We shot off the first on July 4th was the first show at the Meriwether Lake.
Yeah.
And it was a 30-minute show. And I want to say it was a $20,000 show. And then we did Hogansville, day 2, which was Saturday, July 5th. And it was half of that. So it was about a $10,000 show. And I will say it's always a joy to celebrate Independence Day.
Most definitely.
And, you know, I think about that day, and I usually send all my text messages out to all of the military people that are all my friends, tell them thank you for their service. And I do that with the veterans anyways. I'm attempting to line up a few veterans, some more veterans than we have already. And I'm just thankful for those guys.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of ladies dressed up with the stars and stuff. There was one girl, she was holding the flag over there, which was cool. At the Meriwether location, they had a live band, and they were dressed up like an old honky tonk band, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember their name. They had all red on, and then like the sun was blazing on them, like they were facing the sun. So it was brutal, right? It was brutal because it was hot that day.
Yeah. Sounds rough.
I think I got out there about 7 a.m. The door was locked at the gate, so we're all trying to get in. I don't think we started till about 8 or 8:30. It was cool. We had a little pool behind RV, so we were able to sit in the AC, and have a little break in there, which was great. And we started the show at 9:30, so till about 10 o'clock, 10:30-ish. Got to have no one can go in this zone because there might be some fireworks that still go off. Yeah. And then there was some fireworks that didn't go off, so we had to shoot them off because you can't leave them in the canister because they could go off at any time.
Yeah.
And then we cleaned up. It was like 2 o'clock before I was back at the house. 8 minutes after 2.
What was it like in the prep side of things? Because you showed me a photo of like a bunch of cylinders.
Yes.
And did you have to drop the ball of firework in?
So we set the racks up. And then there are 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. There were some. The 5 foot, there were some 5-footers as well. We had 8-inch fireworks. And then there were a bunch of other ones. Some are singles.
It's a bowling
some are
ball
dou-
getting
It
shot
was
in the
huge.
air.
It was the size of your head.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
I think there was it was a 5 foot. I think that thing had it was probably about the size of a basketball.
Jeez.
It was huge, man. It was huge. When that thing went off, and then we were on the lake. So every time it shot off, the sound wave went down over the lake, hit the trees in the copes of the trees where the two sides of the lake kind of came in, and then it just the sound, the reverberation came back. So you heard the boom, and then it came back, whack, 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 whack.
Wow.
It was cool.
Yeah, the video that you showed me was like really, really neat.
It was cool
To be a part of that, seeing you do all that stuff. I think that people do not have a really good understanding of what you were doing.
Those things go wrong, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you're
bad.
standing like 3 feet from it.
And those things shoot,
Are those steel cylinders?
No, it's a heavy grade plastic.
Okay.
They make some out of carbon fiber.
Okay.
And it has to be hard, it has to be sturdy enough that if there's a blowback inside there, like if the shell goes off and it doesn't get out and it kind of burns out in there, so you set it up, there is a wick that comes out with a paper on there, and there is metal around the wicks. And then what happens is you get the chemical reaction. So the paper burns hotter than the wick. So the paper ignites, burns hot, then sets the wick. But I'll tell you what, as soon as he touched it, it was instant.
Yeah.
Like it traveled the whole way down and then it was shot up. Like you have
Yeah.
only a brief millisecond to be out of the way. And that thing's moving.
That's why there was that 8-foot
80
stick
feet.
or whatever it was.
Yes. And it's a 250-foot circle around the zone.
Yeah.
So
That's so wild.
it's
Dude.
pretty cool.
Dude, once again, I have interesting friends. So Zambelli Fireworks is from Pennsylvania, from really close to Pittsburgh,
Okay.
and we always celebrated Zambelli Fireworks. They're always the ones that did the fireworks, and watching you do that reminds me of seeing what Zambelli did on their documentary that they had. There's a gentleman by the name of Rick Seaback, and he would go all over Pittsburgh and show people Pittsburgh in ways that you just don't see Pittsburgh, right? Gives you a really in-depth close. And they went and showed basically the Zambelli family building those, because they built it from the ground up.
Wow.
Yeah, they do everything from the ground up. So like their cardboard, all their paper and stuff, they're actually handling everything,
Putting the
and making
loads in there and everything.
everything. Yeah. Wow. And you can still see it on YouTube out there, the Zambelli Fireworks, and it's
I'm sure Adam he probably knows of this.
well, I mean, just seeing you do that, dude, it's just like, I'm like, dude, my friend's badass, dude.
So it's pretty cool because like you load them in there and then you take the wicks out, and then in the wick you have this fuse set.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of goes in there, and then that runs out into a small piece that you'd put on a PCM board.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have these modules, and I'm trying to remember the name of the modules now. Is it Rhino? I think it's Rhino.
Okay.
And they got these little modules, which is another larger PCM board with the fuses all set up. It's all built nicely. And then you put them in these sequences, and then that one goes back to another one. They got like the master command.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say he's just away. So it's all wireless connected.
Okay.
So he's just like plugging away at some buses, like on the master control over there, like bink, bink, bink. And then he has to schedule it out. I was told that the ones where you can set up the music,
Mm-hmm.
like you have a full show, that's
Sure.
better. Because like you're building the music, you're building the show with the music, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of building the crescendo, and then you got the grand finale. And he said it's really cool because you can choose the music to go with the theme.
Yeah.
And which is, I was like, have you ever used Jimi Hendrix Star Spangled Banner? And he was like, yes, I have used that one, which is a great one.
Yeah. You know, people celebrating Independence Day for all the reasons that they would, and to sit there and actually think about, you know, how we have our independence.
Yes.
You know, we have to be thankful for what we have in front of us.
Absolutely,
You know,
Bob.
that just brings me back, like circling back to that. I'm so happy I got to, you know, take kids to see fireworks. I'm happy that I was able to come home and having a safe trip and everything like that. Like the biggest thing that we complained about was that the bathrooms were just too far away. And I was just trying to think, like when I went and saw fireworks, I peed on a tree.
Those are the good old days, Bob.
There were no porta johns at the fireworks that I used to go see, and that would be huge.
There were never porta johns back in the day. I don't ever remember that.
No, I don't remember. And we had big 4th of July parties in Pittsburgh all the time. We had Mount Washington. Every 4th of July, you got your space on Mount Washington. You park your chair there 4 or 5 hours before the night even, you know, got dark. And you're posted up waiting.
Got to get the prime real estate.
Oh, yeah. You know, like that's another thing too. In Pittsburgh, people use lawn chairs and other kind of chairs to save their parking spots. Pretty funny thing. But yeah, man, like I'm just like this Independence Day. I mean, my nephew, he's in the Army. I thought about him and I thought about all my buddies that served, you know. Then I started thinking about basically like how it all started. And then I asked Angela, I was like, you know, when did we start firing fireworks off? Like when was like the year that like, all right, we're doing fireworks? Because like every time I hear the national anthem, it's like bombs bursting in air. And I had this
Sir Francis Scott Key.
Yeah. And I had this image like, oh, you know, we're sending fireworks in the air to replicate that.
Yes.
And yeah, but
what year?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Well, Angela, what she read on Wikipedia was 1977.
The year of my birth, the year of Star Wars. What greater year could anything have been accomplished?
Yeah.
This is a triple win for your boy right here.
Yeah. So in Philadelphia, they had a mock battle, and and they used fireworks.
1977. What month do you remember? Had to have been July.
It was July 4th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's when people started mimicking that and copying that. That's if that article is real. Like if you guys are listening, comment down below. Let me know what you guys found out.
That's a good fact find, right?
Yeah, because like this is just an article we saw on Wikipedia. Wikipedia could be wrong.
That's a good fact find.
You know, that'd be fun to learn. You know, because you know the Chinese are the people that like invented the fireworks, right?
They did. They used them for little missiles.
Yeah.
Well, for firework displays, and then they perfected them for wartime.
Yeah, that's so cool, man.
It is cool.
You like when you were showing me that video, I was like, dude, my boy is badass, bro.
Hey, all thanks to Adam Dingler, my neighbor.
Yeah,
I mean, he's cool.
That's very cool. Shout out to Adam.
That's a cool dude.
Nice.
Him and the other Adam, and then his boy was there, Caleb. So it was 4 of us, and then there was Logan, which was cool. We had a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more water.
Absolutely,
Starting to get hoarse.
Absolutely.
Being back on that construction site, dude, it's just like all that dust that's in the air. You know, does that dust affect you at all?
It does.
Because I feel like I was having like the best, healthiest stretch, and then I'm back on the construction site, and all of a sudden my nose is like running now again, and I'm coughing.
I don't know if I could do this. Let me see.
I know some people would tell me to open a can and man the fuck up. But yeah. So once again, folks, you're listening to the Bob Dodd Show. If you're at all interested in the 4th of July history on why we have fireworks going on, Google it, check it out. It sucks that we have to say Google it but that's what it is now. You know, what other search engines are there to check things out for facts?
Grok.
Well, I mean, Grok.
I'll summon Ara right now.
Dude, let's test it out. Let's play with it.
Let's test Ara out right here. She's quick.
Yeah.
Watch here. Let's get her.
Yeah,
going.
just ask Grok when did fireworks or whatever it's called.
Hello, Ara.
Did you mean hola or something else?
Forgive me, Ara.
Oh, put it up to the mic so we can hear it.
It happens. What's on your mind?
What was the first year that Americans started lighting fireworks off to celebrate the 4th of July?
Stumped her.
There's a drag.
People are doing their homework with this machine.
They are. The kids at work told me that they use ChatGPT to help them pass their tests.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever of them. It's cool how kids these days use tools
Oh,
like
it's listening to you.
She's on. Ara, when did everyone start using fireworks as a celebration for the 4th of July?
Fireworks have been used to celebrate the 4th of July since the late 18th century, with the first documented displays in 1777. Philadelphia and Boston hosted some
1777,
of the
that's-
earliest shows tied to the
The
first
year after. Keep going. Forgive me.
So yeah, a year after that first celebration in 1778, more towns picked up the tradition. Fireworks became a regular thing to mark the 4th of July, spreading across states as a symbol of patriotism and unity, with bigger displays as technology improved. Anything else you want to dive into about it?
How dangerous is the color red?
Bob wants to know how dangerous is the color red, Ara.
Well, red itself isn't
It is dangerous.
dangerous, but it's often linked to danger in our brains. It's the color of blood, fire, and some toxic critters, so humans naturally associate it with warning or urgency. Think stop signs or alarms. Studies, like ones using Stroop tests, show red grabs attention fast and can even spike your heart rate or make you feel cautious. That said, it's not universal. Some cultures, like in China, use yellow for warnings. Red's just a signal. The real danger depends on the context, like if it's on a snake or a traffic light. Anything specific Bob's worried about with red?
The
Do you-
Red Baron.
Do you think that's why people did not eat the red tomato?
Oh, definitely. Back in the day, folks avoided red tomatoes because red often screamed poison in nature. Think bright berries or mushrooms that could knock you out. In Europe, when tomatoes first showed up from the Americas in the 16th century, their red color and linked to the deadly nightshade plant made people super suspicious. They'd grow them as ornaments, not food. It wasn't until the 18th century, when people saw they weren't dropping dead from eating them, that tomatoes got a pass. Red's warning vibe totally played a role. Want to dig into more food history like that?
No, that's good. Thank you, Ara.
That was fun. That was pretty cool.
She's good. Whoa, look at this phone. Whew.
Right? That thing's a beast. What's it got that's blowing your mind?
All right, we're going to get back to the podcast, Ara. Thank you.
Anytime. Enjoy the podcast. Need anything else?
Maybe you should ask her if she wanted to be on the podcast.
She wants to be on the podcast. She likes to talk.
Oh, yeah. Technology is so wild.
It's wild.
Yeah. Dude, I am blown away more and more with the video capability and sound capability. I just showed Angela and my two boys a completely AI generated video, and it was moving.
Did you show them the Sasquatch yet? The Yeti?
No, I
The
didn't.
Sasquatch videos? You gotta really censor them because they're a little goofy.
Yeah, I mean, so Ethan has seen it, but what I showed him was a handful of clips to an emotional song.
Okay.
And so when you watch it, dude, it evokes emotion from you. So whoever prompted all of this did whatever they did it well. And I'm just like, wow, that was amazing. I'll show you the video. Hold on.
So it's all in the prompts once again.
Yeah. But I sit there and say to myself, like, okay, this guy's using like 3 different AI generators, like VO3 and something else.
Yes. What do you think
and,
about those movies from VO3?
Well, that's what this is kind of, kind of like what I'm showing, like what I'm talking about. Like, I wonder, I've watched so much video since then. I doubt that I'm going to be able to find it. But, like the music is what got me.
Okay.
The music itself was like mind bending in a way where it's like, I can't believe I'm feeling moved by this. Because normally when I watch AI, it's very cold. Even the music is cold, but this particular video.
So it's self-learning.
Sure.
And it's evolving there because every time it goes another step further, it takes all that information and builds on the past prompt command. And then every time that you go in there and say, no, I want to tweak it a little like this. For instance, the guy that I worked with, Adam, he created a living trust for himself.
Yeah.
Used ChatGPT to help him mock it up. Then every time it didn't do what he wanted, he said, no, yeah, I like that, but I want to tweak this, tweak that. Then what they did is they took it to a magistrate judge who's a lawyer.
Yeah.
To have him go over the information. And he said, what lawyer did you have write this? And his mother did it because she knows the magistrate judge. And she said, my son did that. And he used ChatGPT. You know what the words were? Don't change a thing.
Oh, wow.
It's great. Just let it run. That's perfect.
I wonder if I'm going to get a copyright strike.
You might get a copyright strike.
All right. Well, look, we're going to,
we'll have to watch that afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. We'll watch it afterwards. I mean, it's already an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
So, and it's getting kind of late. We might as well just end it and then, we'll check this out. But, what we have in front of us, I want to leave it with that. Like we have to be happy with what we have in front of us, or else we're never going to be happy. Like some people, if it's that, I don't know, house in Barbados or...
Whoa, who doesn't want a house in Barbados?
I mean, everybody does, but if you don't have it, you shouldn't be upset about it.
You should not be upset, though do not stop striving to build that if that's part of your dream.
Yeah, but don't let it ruin your life.
Don't let it ruin life, and don't let that just be your point of happiness, Yeah. Because you can't have happiness you can let that be the cause of your happiness, but your happiness should not be found in the material things.
Yeah.
Right, Bob?
Right.
Like family. Family should bring joy and should create this happiness that we seek or that we hope to have.
Yeah. There's like, when I think of not superficial happiness, like I want to be able to be content with just whatever is in front of my face.
Present.
Yeah. I want to be present right here, right now, because there are people who lost their houses in fires, flooding, and all this other.
Like the recent flooding going on.
Yeah. I mean, like this is going to be old news by the time you guys hear it.
I heard that Carolina is having the same thing right now.
Yeah. Well, this is like their second hit. Cause like when you're dealing with this devastation and it all gets taken from you.
You sound a little Irish right then.
Well, it's in my blood. But yeah, I mean, all the way from Kerry, Ireland. Yeah, I mean, like, and if it all, I don't want to talk Irish.
Talk a little Irish.
It's not what I'm planning to do. But like, if it all gets taken from you, shit.
Keep it going, Bob.
If it all gets taken from you, you're going to be left with like this big gaping hole of like, oh man, my house, my cars, or all my belongings. Like, and gosh, if a family member got taken from you, then it's even a bigger hole, right? So it's like, like people who go through something that's devastating, like this is so easy for me to say because I have everything right now, right? So it's like, I just want to be happy with whatever I have in front of my face, and hopefully, like that works. And then people talk about how, and all you really need to be is happy with your relationship with the Lord,
Okay.
and, like that's like kind of where I've been beelining to lately, but, I just know that a lot of my friends are having it hard out there right now,
Yes.
so I feel like, I don't have any good words of advice.
We're blessed.
We are blessed, man, to have what we have and to be where we are, and the problems that we have are like not big, like we're kind of lucky, and there's an answer for everybody out there.
There is.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Keep going with it.
Yeah, I'm just feeling real sentimental, dude. Like towards friends that are out there that might be having a hard time going through a new job, going through no job, trying to figure out life,
Family struggles.
Yeah, gosh, I mean, everybody has family struggles, and I know that some families are struggling hard. Like if it's a relationship thing, like if
you're not now somebody's not working in the industry, and that puts financial constraints on the family. And that, and what is it? Is it like 80% of divorces end because of monetary arguments?
Yeah,
and that's usually like that. Usually is the cause of a rift.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I hate to point out to people are, maybe the problem starts with me. Like sometimes I sit there and think about the stuff that I am going through, and I sit there and say, maybe I'm the problem. Because like a lot of people aren't telling me, Bob, you're the problem, but like maybe I'm the problem.
We usually are the problem.
Yeah, right. So like,
not always, but most of the time. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm so selfish.
I'm selfish as well.
Right. And so sometimes I'm blind to the fact of the needs of somebody else. Like, I have to tell you, like Ethan, I love the dude, but he does the silliest and stupidest things sometimes. And I don't know why he thought it would be great to take the shower head and turn it upside down and squirt the ceiling to get all the popcorn ceiling off.
Because popcorn ceiling is ugly and you need to take it off the whole house.
Dude, yeah.
Tell him to start in the room for crying out loud. Go upstairs and start. Here's a spatula.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we're going to put drop cloth down first.
Well, he started it already, and now we have to finish it later. I was so upset the fact that he did it. I lost sight of like
the teaching moment.
Well, no, like okay, like he's the one who said, "Hey, Dad, you got to come here. There's a problem."
Okay.
And then he pointed up, and I'm looking up, and there's like
water dripping.
Worse. I mean, I'll show you. So it's like, and I'm like, dude, that's a lot of damage. That's something you don't want to see in a bathroom. That's a lot of damage. That's,
you referred this book to me one time, and it was about your children and my children being these little wizards, being these little thinkers.
Yeah.
And so I'll share this.
Go for it.
What I see is with my girls, and I know that you got upset.
Yeah.
And what happens is I'll get upset. And the problem is, does that really matter?
Oh, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is it such a thing that they should be punished over? Right? Like in the moment, like I'm all aggravated. And then I realize, like where I got to take a second because, Madeline will flush the toilet wrong.
Yeah.
And flood the bathroom out and
Sure.
leave it.
Oh, yeah.
She'll wash her hands and leave and be like, I wasn't in the bathroom. And so it's like, no, you're going to own that. Go back in there and clean that. And I had to ban her out of one of the bathrooms. I was like, no, you can only use your bathroom because if you flood that one out and you come downstairs, then I know that it was your responsibility. However, and children need to have some discipline, and they need to be told, like, no, don't turn the water on full blast and blow a hole through the wall, right? But sometimes it's almost as if they're trying to get our attention for something.
Yeah.
And they're trying to really either elicit a response. What I see is, and I don't respond the way I once did.
Yeah.
And usually it's a cry for something else, right?
Yeah.
It's Dad, I'm not getting some attention that I may need to get. And so, and then the rest of the time it's just their ingenuity.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to, it's their world. You know, Jordan Peterson says, let your children, and you were like, I don't agree with this. Jordan Peterson says, let your children play outside. Let them climb the tree. Let them do all the things that they would do and stay out of their way so they can conquer their world.
Yeah.
Up until the point that you see them grabbing the rifles and trying to shoot at each other, right? Like we're like, hey, don't sweep the people with the handguns. Like, don't do that. That's not a good thing. You don't do that. But to the extent of where we should let them kind of conquer the world.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I think you agree with this, and I do, and we see eye to eye here is that we don't respond like our parents did. And I think that's a gain,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a big gain. Now, I'm not saying that like, hey, don't spray the wall with the detached shower head.
Yeah.
But there's usually something behind that for the most part.
I think he just wanted to see how far the water would shoot up.
Well, see, that's the ingenuity part, right? Like the child's just trying to see something, right? Like, because
Yeah.
like once again, they're like learning, like, hey, will this shoot that far? It's not always a malice thing, right? Like we shouldn't attribute people's actions to malice all the time. Like it's just that they're just going about life doing things.
I think we do that because I recently just went back on Facebook so I could promote the Bob Dodd Show and Pinbox. So, you know, one of the reasons why I left Facebook and that type of social media is because of the malice intent that I felt like the algorithm was pushing into front of your face. Like I feel like that the algorithm should have been tasked with not showing like all the racial stuff that they were showing the way that they were showing it in 2021, 2020, so on and so forth and things like that. Because like, I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but that wasn't our world. You know what I mean? Like,
It was the world they wanted to show you.
yeah, it was. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, the way I reacted with Ethan, it was just like, dude, sucks that you did that. It kind of sucks because now I have to cut that out because of mold. And that now is, you know, I already don't have enough time at nights on the weekends. Now I'm going to be doing that. And that's going to cost like, I don't know, $150 to $200 just for me to repair this little 4x4 patch of drywall.
Because they don't come sold like that. They're sold in 4x8 sheets for the most part, right?
Well, no, they do sell them in 4x4.
4x4s?
Yeah, but they're like twice as much as the 4x8.
Of course. You got to buy the whole sheet.
Yeah. So, but like on top of that, I mean, like I'm out of, you know, inch and a half screws. And
Anyone on set, we need to borrow some 1.5-inch deck screws.
yeah,
Sheetrock screws.
sheetrock screws, and I got to buy the mud, and I got to buy the paint
And the tape.
the tape. And I might have some tape. I think I have some left
This
over.
will give you an opportunity to take the rest of that stipple roofing down, the stipple ceiling down in that room.
No, I already told Angela that we're just gonna quarantine it off, and just like put like some like, you know, either, you know, put the new drywall up, sand it down real nice, put, you know, your shower coat on it, and leave it as is, or we're gonna do something kind of fancy and put like a tin roof up there, let it rust on me as it.
That'd be good though, because when he's spraying the ceiling again,
That's what I'm trying to say. We need to waterproof this place.
you know, these are the life lessons that we learn as parents, right? Like, be that as it may, be that as hard as it is, and I'll say this: he should be right there helping you,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh, he will be.
And you need to be like, hey, get this. Hey, do this. Hey, no, I'm not doing this. This is your doing. You're gonna learn sheetrock today.
Oh yeah.
All this sucks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for admitting that. How fun is this? Good. You don't ever want to do this when you get older. Use your brain.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So make sure you keep studying. You don't want to put sheetrock up unless it's in your own rental house,
Yeah.
right? Unless you're helping a friend with his rental house. You don't want to do this for the rest of your life.
Dude, that's so
And
true.
I tip my hat to the boys out there putting sheetrock up every day.
Oh yeah.
Mudding it and walking around on stilts. Hey, hey, those guys, they got a great job. People need these homes.
How do you get that crisp, clean, unnoticeable, wavering line with when you're doing the mud? Because I end up sanding like a crazy man.
I've seen some videos on TikTok,
Yeah.
which are amazing.
Yeah. I've watched.
There's pages dedicated to people that do that.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm familiar with, like slapping a little bit of the mud on, putting your tape along the seam and everything, and then squeezing it out and then covering it all up again. But I just suck.
Now
at
they
it.
have instruments that you just kind of like tape and split, and it shoots the stuff out.
What?
Oh, dude, there's a whole nother game going on today. It's not the good old days where you had to have some dead men set up and you got to put them up because you can't hold the 4x8 sheet.
Yeah,
and
dude.
then somebody
Like
comes by and then
holding
they got
your screw in here.
yeah, you got your screw in there.
Holding your head, making sure you don't wear a baseball cap.
Make sure you don't have a baseball cap. Put the den in there because there's another mud job right there
Yeah.
to be done, right?
Oh,
and then
dude.
you're like, oh, I missed the stud.
All the drywallers right now, like, these guys are assholes.
These guys are no, they're assholes, but they don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing, holding it up with their head.
Guys, or ladies, don't put the 1-800 number down there because Bob's going to have Ethan help him out. So that we're not trying to get any contractors over here.
Yeah, yeah. And, maybe comment about what's your favorite way to mud a wall. But I tell you, dude, like we should have this podcast like once a month. Regularly.
I love it.
And then when we post it, it could be the Wizard King and Bob Dodd. And then that way we can have the Wizard King have his episode and Bob Dodd have his episode.
Okay. And if we do that, I think that once again, as I solicited to you before, I solicit this idea again, it needs to be on the platform for the Pinbox Productions.
Sure.
Because it's the POC.
Yeah.
It's the ongoing POC.
Okay. And what's POC?
The proof of concept.
Oh, proof of concept. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it goes to show the successful method.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And once again, for folks that are, just getting the idea here, Pinbox is a company that helps you build podcasts. They'll help you with recording and they'll help you with every facet, audio, video, and they'll help you with a location if you need it. They'll find a location for you and they'll make sure that they help you the best way that you need. That way you get what you want.
Making your podcast a reality.
Yeah.
Pinbox Productions.
Well, I tell you what, thanks to Lonzo Weimer, the Wizard King.
Thank you, my friend Bob Dodd Extraordinaire.
Dude, we got to find you some music.
We do need some music.
Dude. So like, subscribe, check out the channel, look for Wizard King in the future, start asking Jason for the podcast now. Let him know how much you love him. Let him know how much you want to hear the podcast. And we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.